Test, test. All right. Welcome back. For those of you who went into the first session, evidently my microphone did not want to. It was in the took a vow of silence. I did screenshot the chat, so I will go off of that. So if you put something in the previous chat. You don't have to put it again if you don't want to. I will grab it off of here, off of the screenshot, and we are good to go from there. So sorry about that. I don't know what was going on, what it was, what its issue was. So welcome back, and let me lower this a little bit. Hopefully it'll all good. The little green light is going. So if you want to give me a thumbs up or let me know that you can hear me okay. I feel like I can because of usually it'll be a all the little dots will not be moving and they are moving. So thank you for letting me know. Oh, okay, thank you, Dijona, so much. So thanks for letting me know right away before I blabbed on for a long time. So yay! Woohoo! I know, and it was like yesterday, Mercury retrograde, Mercury went direct. So what's the deal? But I like it. So I did grab those. So we will do that. All right. So now I will start my blurb about uh, what I offer, just to make sure everyone's aware of. Every Monday, I do put out a Moon Day Monday, which talks about the energy of the week, the moon going through its different cycles, and any other planetary energy that stands out for me at that time. And I'm learning more and more about astrology. I know just enough, but I want to learn more and more. And so this is a great way for us all to be aware of the forecast. I guess it helps if I hit enter here. This is the Moon Day Monday link from last week. A new one will come out this Monday, of course. And if you want even advanced more warning of those for all of my videos, I do record them a week in advance. So I will have next Mondays available for my Moon Day Mondays, my Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, my What's Up Wednesdays with my pick a cards. And if you're a member of my channel at the praying mantis level, or well, actually, I don't have anything above that yet, but praying mantis level does give you advanced access to those. Plus, after each of these sessions, I have a special session for my praying mantis members. And on Thursday nights, I even have a 2-hour Q&A where we goof around. No, we don't goof around. We goof around with spirit. And we talk about connecting to spirit. We do past life readings, do a bunch of things. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. Let's see here. So this last Take 10 was Zen. Take 10 was Zen Tuesdays. We've got this one was the how of higher love. How can I connect to higher love? And so that was there. So you can check that out. And then, like I said, the What's Up Wednesdays. We've got this last pick a card was about the Virgo new moon, which is what can be changed or transformed about my routine. Obviously, the Virgo energy, I got sorting and cleaning and getting rid of clutter in actually in a lot of areas of my little living space down here. And that's the Virgo energy. It's cleaning, sorting, get rid of stuff. So you can check that out too. And if you have not checked out the video for the next giveaway for September, this giveaway playlist shows that. It'll be doing monthly giveaways now instead of putting out weekly giveaways and winners and all that. I'm consolidating for the sake of balance. I know, right? Balance. What's happening? But that's the video for that. And then also, if you're interested in a personal reading, a personal recorded reading, or a hedge of peace and love, or a wish upon a star astro reading, I do have 50% off all of that for the rest of the year because I love you guys. So if you check the description box of the video, all of the playlist, all that information's down below. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. And if you want to know the process, all of that is in the description box of the video as well. Evidently, that video description box has a lot of information in it, and it does. So, all things bruddaZEN you can find in there. All right. So I think we'll get started. For those of you that are just rejoining now, thank you for rejoining the second session. Evidently, like I was saying, my microphone wanted to have silence and it was not communicating, but we had a little talk and it has agreed to work now. So thank you for coming in. I do have a donation. We're going to start there. And then I did screenshot the chat from that last session. So I do have all that captured. I will go in order for that. And then I will start in order and go down the new chat as well. So, uh, Shane, hopefully you made it over to this group. Well, you're the wonderful person that told me right away, "No, we can't hear you." And I'm so glad you told me that because I'd have been blabbing on for a long time and there wouldn't have been any sound. And so thank you so much for saving a lot of this hot air. So, Shane, thank you for your donation. You are up first. And let's take a look here. I like wild stories. We are using the Ravenous Dracon Tarot again this evening. I love this deck. If you're interested in it, you know what it looks like, so you can pick it up. It's by Beth Seelanen, but you saw a picture if you want to rewind it. And let's take a look here and see what's going on with this wild story. Does the Aries have affection for you? Let's take a look and see what does Spirit want you to know. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cards. And what's hidden is on the bottom of the deck. So we'll see what that is here in just a moment. So let's take a look here, Shane Meister. Oh, okay. Let me look at all the cards here first. I want to see them all. All right. Wow. Interesting. And what is unknown? Okay. So, well, you've got the Ace of Cups coming off right off the bat, which tells me, uh, yeah, I think they do have some emotion for you here. Um, you have the Knight of Swords, which tells me that they have movement of thought and belief and mindset. They're working through some fears. And this makes sense because what's unknown and unseen on the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords, which is the amount of expectations, thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that they've had around relationships and interactions that they're like, I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm so tired. So tired of so many restrictions, so much just things happening. And I think here, my dear, that um, they might be in a relationship or a situationship feels more accurate. But I feel like they feel like they're high maintenance in a way that is like they've got a lot of expectations and they constantly are telling them how disappointed they are or like, oh, you didn't do da 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 da. It's like, here, I made you dinner and I made desserts and I got wine and candlelight and everything. They're like, but where's the appetizer? It's like, oh, really? That's the kind of feeling I feel like they have. So, that's not with you, of course. That's what's below the surface. And there's this changing of thought and belief and mindset. And they see the freedom that comes in with you here because they've got the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles does show this abundance, this feeling, this fullness, this wholeness that they see. And I almost feel, I don't know why the King of Pentacles makes me feel um like this energy that you exude of, it's like a mother, it's like the Queen of Pentacles, which is nurturing and sensual and all this, but also the King of Pentacles, which is like you don't take buka 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 from anyone or anything. um, and not in a mean way, unless they really ask for it, but I feel like in a very commanding way. You don't demand, you command respect. And I like this, and they like this too. But the reason why I was saying that I feel like there's a third party kind of situation going on here is because of the Three of Cups, but you also have the Two of Cups. So I feel like they're in this situation where they're like, about to throw out this other individual because of those 10 of swords. They're just like, okay, not appreciated, not respected. It's someone, and not to diss the other person, they have themselves under this long list of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. I'm like, oh my gosh, to demand that of someone. So they're demanding where you are commanding. Um, but I feel like you are very independent where you would appreciate, well, you stopped and got dinner, great. But that they made dinner, that they even made a dessert, that they, took the time to set up the table and all this, you'd be like, who are you? Psh, um, and so I feel like they sense that from you. But I definitely feel like they are just like, wow, wow. So I think you're right. You are right. Are you right? You were right. And whatever the situationship that they've been in or are leaving, hallelujah. I'm very glad for them, and it's good for that other person too, because when they realize, and hopefully that they'll tell them and like, why don't you want to be with me? Um, we dated a while, and I don't feel like it's been a long while, but they're like, why don't you want to, why didn't you choose me? Which is our thing that comes from our heart. And I feel like they'll tell them, you want too much and you don't appreciate me. And I feel like that's a great mirror for them because they want so much of themselves. That bar is so high set for themselves for this other person, and they're constantly rejecting themselves. And it's a great eye opener and awakener for them. So it's good. All right. And that's what they have for you. So I love it, Shane. And that's what they have. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate that. All right. Let me shuffle these up and let's get into the free readings. Up next, we got Dijona. So you're first in both. Boom, boom. You are all over it. And you like a general reading. So let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know right now. All right. You are suspended. Like that from school, right? Yay! Vacation time. But I like this transformation that's coming in here with the hanged man energy. And so I like this with the King of Cups too, because this is balancing heart and mind. And there's this beautiful transformation that's happening in here. So I really like this. No, it's not, and I don't feel like it's a pause. I feel like it's like, I don't know what it oh, that makes sense. They're showing me someone carrying around a stick with a cocoon on it. It's like you don't have to be stationary. Someone you're able to move around while you're transforming. So that's what's going on here. Hey, Rhonda, and anyone else that's new coming in. The last session, my mic was on a silent, took a vow of silence. So I had to restart. I do have your questions, though. I did screen capture them. So even though you don't see it on here, um, I have it on a screenshot. So not to worry. But I love this for you, Dajuna. It's like you're in this transformation, but it's in transit. You're going through this beautiful transformation in transit. And I like it because it's almost like hey, I'm multitasking my life. I'm going through this wonderful transformation and this change. So I like it. I like it for you. And they're, I don't know, I feel like it's embracing, your emotions and your mind, allowing this beautiful balancing to come in. And we have Libra, excuse me, season coming up next week, I believe, with the equinoxes, and that is the balancing of the scales. And I feel like you're really embracing this balancing feeling as this transformation happens too. So I really like it for you. It's almost like you're juggling while riding a unicycle. Like I can do it all, and I like it. So that's what's coming in for you, Daijonda. So many blessings for you. All right. So sorry. Get something trying to clear out here. No, I screenshotted your question, so I do see everyone's question, but you guys can pop them down again if you feel you need to, because I will go down the screenshot first, and then I'll go back to this chat, and I'll know. My memory's not that bad yet. Well, I'll remember that. Oh, I already did that one already, so we're fine. Whatever you guys want to do. Wee! Happy Saturday night. Okay. Jennifer Simpson, you are up next for the next rereading. You'd like to know, will you and your daughter be relocated next month in the new living situation? All right. Let's see what we got coming in here. I do see here, with the Hermit card and the Lover's card. The Lover's card is this emotional choice, and the Hermit is like being still and being to yourself here. It's a positive. This is like a positive relationship that's coming in here too. So if this relocation does involve, a family member, an important friend, or even if it, involves a lover or whatever, then that can definitely be here too. But I feel like it's an important piece of this journey that, and I almost feel like you're moving by yourselves, because the Hermit feels like, of course, alone and pulled back, but trust spirit. Two major arcana, which means this is significant here for you. And when you're making the decision of where to go, because I definitely feel like there will be a new one, but when you make the decision, just know that you are the one that gets to decide which route to go. That there's not something in stone. It's the power of emotional choice that you get to do. But if you want some advice, the Hermit card definitely is spirit, because the Hermit usually has a lantern, and inside that lantern is our higher self and our connection to the spirit world, which allows you to connect to them. And yeah, and even the Nine of Pentacles fell off the bottom of the deck, which is you being by yourself with spirit in a beautiful place there. So I like this very much for you. So yes, you definitely will be relocated, but also ask spirit. Both of that nine. The Hermit is the number 9 in the major arcana, and the Nine of Pentacles represents this. Getting in tune with spirit and taking a deep breath, stepping back, and going, hey, of my own free will, I just need to ask you, which way should I go? Which is best for me? Can you open up this direction to go? So I feel it very positive for you, but you get to choose. There's no right or wrong with where you're going to live. You're going to, there's not a fated place for you to live in this next step of your journey. So you get to decide, and there's no wrong. So you get to choose from your heart, which I like. So that's what's coming in for you, Jennifer. So I like it. I like it. Many blessings to you. And just for those of new coming in, I'm going off the screenshot from the previous chat that did not work in the volume. So I'll go through that, and then I'll start in the chat here. So Alexis was up next, and you wanted a love reading. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about love, love, love? Wow, woo, okay. Well, you're gonna have some passion coming in here, Alexis. You've got the Sun card and you've got the Ace of Wands. So this is, of course, fire energy. No kidding, right? And the Ace of Wands, which is also fire energy, new passion, new excitement that comes in. And it could be a fire sign. Sun card is, rules over Leo. So it could be a Leo or any fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart because it is very much this attraction. They're very you both are drawn together, attraction wise first, like physical and energetic attraction, where you're just like, whoa, what is going on here? You just like this draw. You just feel like a black hole, you're being drawn to it. Not that's a bad example, but it's this beautiful draw. Well, the sun has an orbit, right? You both are drawn to each other. And it draws it in, and there's this great spark that happens here, and I like it. We talk a lot about it, like, well, we wish we could have someone that's love at first sight, but that's hardly ever happens. It's more attraction at first sight and interaction with each other, and then emotions grow, and then the emotion grows, and then things unfold that way. So I like it for you. It feels like it's coming here fast too. The Sun card, major arcana, so it is very much significant change, and the Ace of Wands, boom. So I like it for you, Alexis. Here it comes. You're gonna. I feel like in the next couple weeks, it definitely feels like wow. So there we go. So get ready, gird your loins, like they what was in The Devil Wears Prada, right? Gird your loins, everybody. Here it comes. I guess that that almost sounds that's not what I meant by it, but there you go. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And Felicia, you are up next. So let's take a look here. Hello, hello. Anyone ask, will you move to another city for work for the next job? All right. Let's see. Based on your current energies. All right. Let's see what we got here. Well, I feel like there's definitely a power of choice coming in here. You could, and this definitely is this energy here of because you got the Two of Wands and the Chariot, which Chariot is movement. Two of Wands is energy of movement, and you got the Magician, which is also divine masculine energy of you putting forward what you're wanting to do, right? The magic wand, focusing and what you're wanting to do, you can put forward, and that's like the Two of Wands and the Chariot. Two of Wands is where you're investing your energy, is what expands and grows, but the Chariot is like all of the choices in one card, right? So yeah, it's not fated. um there's usually hardly you know there's we have fated relationships and different things, but there's not as many as we might think. There's like a minimum experience. We come here with fated events, and then there's a bunch of extra add-ons. It's like if you go on a vacation, there's a standard vacation package, a flight, hotel, and car. And beyond that, you're like, well, where are we going to eat? There's like, you can buy an extra package of eating in the dining room, or scuba diving, or the glass bottom boat, or the, parasailing, or the snorkeling. And there's like all this different things you can add on into your life that are not fated, but they're extra if we want to do them. So there's so much of our life that is to power of choice, right? Um, we're just taught, oh, there's a lot of right and wrong. You don't want to mess up, right? Yeah. Yeah, right. And that's great. That's you're taking control with your magician energy, and you're making things happen. Whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands. And so you're like, you know what? I want to move, and I want to start this new, adventure. And boom, with you putting your energy in gratitude and excitement and doing what you love and putting your energy there instead of fear or what we feel is missing, that's what the universe goes, yes, we'll give you more and more and more. So I do love that for you. Yeah. Well, it's not about hoping, it's about you making it happen, right? Because as you take steps toward it, the universe helps you. Whatever you're pointing at and headed toward is what, if it's like, oh, if I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, the universe goes, great, we'll help you not have it happen. But if you're like, yeah, I'm going to go do it, I'm going to make it happen, the universe is, yeah, we'll help you too with that. Whatever you focus on and whatever attitude we head toward is what the universe goes, yeah, we're gonna do that. It's like, I want to feel sad. Yeah, we're gonna make you feel really, really sad, and that's how it goes. So I really like that. And you do have the King of Pentacles here, which does show, your abundance and your successfulness in it, both financially and other ways. So yeah, I like it. Yeah. And, it's like, and nothing's gonna stop you. If we want something, nothing's gonna stop us, right? Like, if we truly wanted to work out every day, we would do it, but we're really good at finding excuses, at least I am. So, if I really wanted to do it, nothing would stand in my way. So, I like that for you. So, very, very good. I'm excited for you, Felicia, so many blessings to you, and enjoy it. I can't wait to hear about your adventure. All right. And then Rhonda, you are up next. So you're wanting to see what spirit has to say about Bill. Do you have a future and what will it look like? And I think that's what you asked again, right? Well, you wanted Bill's intentions towards you in the future. Is he your forever person? So I guess it's kind of all the same stuff, right? So we'll take a look here. All right. With these, I don't feel like he's your forever person. We've got the strength card, which is, spirit showing you connecting with your higher self. First, they're like, this is your forever person. you are your higher self is your forever person. Why do you got to keep on cheating on them with other people? But I love this relationship that you're building with your higher self, right? Here's your human, this is your higher self. And the strength card is all about that journey of being disappointed in the outside world, and we turn inward and upward, changes our whole viewpoint of the outside world. But I just don't feel like, because we've got the Page of Swords, which is new thinking, new communication, higher way of looking at things, and an Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities in the outside world. You got this new energy coming in here. You know, we are your higher self. We are your, forever person. But don't feel like they are intending to be together, because we've got the page and the aces, the new, you know, we didn't get any love cards and lovers and cups and relationship. The only relationship we got is the strength card, which is your relationship with your higher self. And I know you care for him. I know. But that's what um that's what we want to know, is like, well, are they? And it's like, well, no, they're more of a stepping stone towards newness. Obviously, with new communication, new opportunities for love in the outside world shows that there's other things that come in there, for you there. And then you cracked me up too when I read your hit that like button, and if not, do your finger a favor and exercise it with a thumbs up. So that was hilarious. Thanks for thanks for that. It did make me chuckle. So I like it. So I think that's what we wanted there, for that one. And so hang in there, Rhonda. Enjoy it for what it is, and when you're, just know that it's not meant to be for forever. They're just a stepping stone on the way. So, all right. And Dollface Diva, you were up next, and you wanted to know, what do you need to know at this time? Right. Wow. Okay. Well, you definitely here have this energy coming in of Wands energy, right? We've got this magician, which is holds a magic wand, right? And the Eight of Wands, a lot of energy, a lot of movement. And I feel like what they're telling you right here is this energy you're moving into. I feel like over the next week to 2 weeks, I feel, and I'm not sure what, like, if you're any have Libra energy. I just feel like the planets are in alignment for you, where you have like major master manifesting energy. Like whatever you focus on, you draw to you fast instead of the regular speed. So it's going to be like ludicrous speed. If you ever watch Spaceballs, the movie, they're like, we're going plaid. It's like things are going to come in fast. So if you focus on like fear of something, things come fast. You're like, "Oh my god," but if you change it to be gratitude, that also falls away and this moves fast. So there is this very, very fast moving energy that's coming in for you, and the spirit wants you to know, be very aware of what you're focusing on as much as you can in each moment, because that is what you are drawing towards you. So I like it for you. It's like, oh, it can be scary, right? But there's no wrong. And so if you're like, "Oh, I don't want this," then you just change your mind. It's almost like being in a fast food restaurant, right? Things come fast, you're like, "Oh, I don't want that." And they're like, "Okay, what do you want?" "I want that instead." "Okay, there it is." "Okay, thank you." It's fast, fast, fast. So that's what's coming in for you, Dollface Diva. So buckle up, Buttercup. Here you go. It's like a fast moving roller coaster ride. Woohoo! And it's for like a week to 2 weeks. And you'll notice when it starts to slow down again. But it's a great opportunity to practice your manifesting skills for sure. All right, so that's what they have. Many, many blessings, and infinity is one. Hello. So you were the last one in the previous chat, so we'll do that, and then I'll start on the current chat. And you want to know, will you and the person you like be together in a romantic relationship? And if so, when? Will it be weeks or months or years? All right. And then Empress Beauty, you'll be up next with your donation. Thank you so much. All right. So, one, will you be together? And when? Hmm. I'm just going to get a clarifier on here because, okay, well, we got the sun and the moon and the Knight of Wands. Well, it does feel like, there's this beautiful relation here, because I originally got the Knight of Wands first, which is fast movement and passion, and then the moon, and I'm like, "Well, what does that mean?" And then I got the sun, which I'm like, "Okay, well, this is, of course, abundance and beautiful and very positive." Moon is very much a lot of emotion. Knight of Wands is a lot of, attraction, a lot of passionate energy too. So we've got all that, but then I'm like, and I love the story of the sun and the moon. There's like this, very romantic type of energy around the relationship with the sun and the moon reflecting the sun. There's just this beautiful relationship always with sun and moon, right? So I really like this. I feel like this is a yes. Timing, I feel like it's going to be very much sooner than later, more like weeks, weeks than months or years, because of this Knight of Wands is the fastest moving horse out of them all. And something about yeah, the moon and sun. So the sun shining upon the moon would be a full moon. And so I feel like it's more like paying attention to the next full moons. What energy comes with the next full moons, right? Because I know we're moving into Libra season, which is all about relationship energy. And we have a new moon, but there's a full moon. And so paying attention to what those full moon energies are, I feel will give you some good good, energy. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So that's what they have for you. Infinity is one. Many blessings to you. You are very welcome. Yeah, I did, Alexis. I had a donation, and then there was a few. Let me see here. I just closed it. Let me open it back up. Yeah, because after that, yeah, you'd be like you'll be number 4 because I had a donation. So it was Dijona, Jennifer, and then you. So I did do it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So let me just scroll down a little bit here. And so Empress Beauty, thank you for your donation. And so you'll be up next, and then I'll start at the top of this chat and see where we're at. And so you'd like a general message. Absolutely. Let me refresh the cards here. Take a sip of my lukewarm coffee beverage. Probably need to get one of those little warmers, right? All right. So let's take a look here, Empress Beauty. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, okay. And then one to the bottom for the unknown, and then at the top of the deck for the known around whatever this is. Wow. All right. So Empress Beauty, you've got this magician card here, very masculine energy of moving forward, of focus, of manifesting. It's divine masculine energy which doesn't wait. It's divine feminine energy, like the high priestess is like, all right, universe, I'd like this. Can you bring it to me? And then it does. The magician card, the divine masculine, is there's stuff that you can do and you're going to move forward, and you have this energy of stepping forward with it. And with the 4 of Pentacles, I'm feeling this energy of home. And what I feel like you're transforming things, and the idea of home before, it doesn't feel like it's like the best. Like if I go, I want to create a home like I had when I was young. It's like, I don't know if I really want to regurgitate that. I don't know if I want to create this, right? And it's you transforming and creating what your definition and it's like you're putting a capital H, home. And it's because it's where your heart is and how you want to create it, whether it's where you want to live, how you want to decorate, what kind of energy and atmosphere, and who is it, with all of this around here. So I like that. What is let's look at what's unknown first, right? Yeah. So what's below the surface here is your Empress and your Emperor energy, which is below the surface is you're about to rise. It's like you're about to overthrow the what appears to be the rulership over home, right? And you're having this wonderful um where you're stepping up going, I am the emperor of my life, and I get to decide. Because the emperor has a lot of advisors telling them how things are supposed to be, should be, need to be, all that blah blah blah. It's like, thank you for your advice, but I am the emperor. I am going to decide. And it's this Aries energy of creation, of newness, and of standing up, and then deciding what you want, and then you're putting form to your ideas of what you're wanting to do. You're putting plans together, and you're starting to take actions toward it. So I like that. This is like this, what's bubbling up within you, this courage and this it's not a grr, but it's an It's the difference. Grr is like out of anger. Is out of like um you know desire of, I'm gonna do this. It's that kind of energy. I like that. And what's known here, you've got the 9 of swords here, which is, nightmare and insomnia card, the fears of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must. And the 9 is the hermit's journey. It's like, I'm done with this, I'm not gonna, try to do things the way everyone wants me to do. So this is the known, and it's funny, the known and the unknown are very much intertwined. It's like this is known, that you're getting tired of it, but I don't think what's unknown is how fast this is coming. So I really like that for you, Empress Beauty. See anything else they want to add in here? One more card here. Yeah, and here's another 9 of wands. It's like the barrier that's been holding you back, it's like, "Out of the way, here we come." It's like the 8 of wands on steroids. It's like it's about to happen fast. So these 9s are that you've been really contemplating this and really looking at this internally, and here it comes. So, I like this for you, Empress Beauty. Oh, yeah, and your Empress. I'm not always the sharpest tool in the shed. That's why I channel spirit. So, the Empress and the Emperor, that's you. You're stepping into your royalty and your authority and your power, and I like that for you. Yeah, this is great. I love it. Boom, boom, boom. Look out, world. We've got a new empress arising. But that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then I did have another donation come through. You are very welcome. Let me stretch this out a little bit here. All right. So, Amy, thank you so much for your donation. Um, and you want to know about the Leo. All right. Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know about this Leo? Are they forever and ever? All right. So, let's see what we got here. I don't feel like with these cards that they are, and I'll show them to you here, which is okay because the 9 of Pentacles with this 2 of Swords, the 2 of Swords is like you're at this decision point, and the 9 of Pentacles in combination with these two together, because you got 2, 2, and 1. And the 2 here are this, you know, it's this battle between head and heart, and the 2 of Swords is like close your eyes and open your heart, and this 9 of Pentacles is about independence and about seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And I feel like when we close our eyes and open our heart and we connect with this strength of who we really are, we realize that maybe we were choosing the Leo because they felt safe. It's like what I know and what I've been told I'm supposed to want, and it just feels like, well, this is known. This is what I've been taught and told and what I believe. But I feel like when we close our eyes and open our heart and again, really to this independence of I can be on my own. It's like, what really do you bring me besides that feeling of safety and security, which I can find within myself? Because ultimately, that's where we find it. Because humans, when they freak out, will go into survival mode and pull back all their support to themselves anyway. So it's like, really, the security we think we have in others is false, right? It's like, "I'm walking on ice, it's fine. Did you just hear it crack?" It's like, "Whoa, I think I'm heading to shore." And that's what I feel is coming in there because you do have this new beginning here. You have the 8 of Cups, walking away from emotions and people that no longer serve, and you head off into the 9 of Cups, which is true emotional fulfillment. Again, another 9 where you're headed off, right? And the full card is leaving behind old ways of thinking, old ways of being, and headed off into a new adventure that's free of a lot of expectations and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. And that's what takes you to your forever person. Something more free, something more you. And I just don't feel like the Leo is really going to be giving you you know what you think that they're able to give. And I understand because when we you have a huge heart, you're able to, and you're very intuitive. You're able to see, let me say, how do we say this? Possibilities, right? You're able to see someone's potential. That's really what I wanted to say. Because we can see people's potential and we're like, wow, look who they can be. But that doesn't mean that's who they're going to be. Because they're like, there's capacity and desire, and I fell for people going, oh, I know who they could be, and I'm like, but they showed me who they were, and I should have just not should have, I could have just believed them, but I wanted to experience it and learn it the hard way because that's what I wanted to do, and I did a couple times, several times. So, and it's all right, you know. But I feel like that's the answer to your question there. So hopefully that gives you some guidance there, Amy. But again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then I did have another donation pop in here. So thank you so much. Let me scroll down here. All right. Thank you, Shane, for your additional donation and question here. Hey, Shane. Oh, okay. Wow, okay, so there we go, right? Oh, no question, just validation. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow, I love that, and I appreciate you sharing it because, I always love hearing, how it's validation there, so thank you. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. Yeah, one of my, praying mantis members, speaking of it, which I just blown away. It was uh, night before last. I think it was on our Thursday meeting. Thursday meeting. I called a meeting. Our Thursday reading time. Um, she wanted a message from a friend who had passed away, that she was going to go visit the grave the next day, and it came in so clearly. I was like, I see a dragonfly, and then like the dragonfly is going to like be in your face, like there's going to be no doubt that it's her going, hey. And she came back, yesterday, and she was like, "Oh my god." She goes, "I haven't seen a dragonfly seriously in a year. I went to her gravesite, I was putting the flowers and doing everything." She goes, "And this big dragonfly came in literally, like, between her eyes to where she fell over." She's like, "Wow." And I was like, "Oh my god." I just love spirit, how they love to communicate with us, with such clarity, but it was amazing. So thank you, Shane. I appreciate you sharing that information. So that's great. So many blessings, my friend. Hey, Mia. I know they definitely do. Big hug to you too. Thank you for your donation, and you are very welcome. I'll see here. If you haven't asked your question, you can pop it down below. And while you're doing that, let me see where I'm at here on the free reading. So we did that. Thank you guys for that. So Lydia, you'll be my next free reading up there. And then Benita Bala, hello, you'll be up after that. And then JJJ, and then K-Cat. So I see you guys. So we will get to you here momentarily. All right. Thank you, Mia. Hello, dear. So, what does F deeply feel for and think of you? All right. Let's take a look here, see what's going on inside them. Of course, a lot of that could have nothing to do with you whatsoever, but we can at least find out what's going on in there. what's going on in their noggin and in their heart, in their deep emotions. Let's take a look. All right. So thinking here, let's see what's going on in their head. All right. And then emotions. Okay. Oh, geez. And then, okay, that makes sense. Well, I gotta show you the emotions first. I can't say, "Oh, geez," and then make you wait. I could, but I'm not that mean because their emotions, you got the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight, and Temperance, patience and slow moving, right? Um, and what's coming into all of that, and I was like, "Well, what's this other card?" Oh, Ace of Swords, because all of this is taking forever because they're stuck in their head. They're thinking, 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 right? So the feeling is on hold and going slow as molasses in December, which here that means it's cold and it's moving slower than slow. A snail will outpace it. Um, but what's going on, as far as their feelings for you, I like the magician card because there is this thinking in thoughts of passion and movement and action, and so there is this thinking of action. It's like, can we put a fire under it though? But so they're thinking about things and thinking and thinking some more. And the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like what's kind of throw them off here because I feel like Mia, you with the Nine of Pentacles, you kind of they at least perceive you as being very independent, which I feel like you are. So I feel like they're kind of accurate with that. Like the whole, I don't need you, but I want you. And that throws them off because they're like, what? Because they're used to people pursuing them, needing them. I need you. I need you to complete me. I need you to complete me. I need your money. I need this. I need that. And they're used to people doing that. And when when it comes to you, you're like, meh, I could take you or leave you, but I'll take you. You know, it's almost like that kind of feeling that they pick up and they like that because they're like, wow, I've never had that before. So, there is this energy here of their thinking. They're like, I feel like that's why they have to think so much because they're like, you're an interesting creature they've never come across before, and they're not used to it, right? Yeah, and so they're like, well, what does this mean? I just don't know what, you know. I just feel like you have them super puzzled, and but it's very attractive to them, but it's also very scary. Yes. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, and they've got all this, so the 5 of Wands is bouncing around. They got all this energy that's happening 'cause, it was 3, 2, and then it's this one of, like, there's this transformation, though, of these feelings of fear and being out of whack into something that results in love and expression of the passion. The magician gets around to expressing themselves, and then that allows emotion to start flowing too. I'm sorry, wrong one. Well, and then the Ace of Swords, higher thinking, new ways of thinking, which also is the removal of fears. So it all comes together here. And the magician, you know, it strikes midnight, and you don't turn into a pumpkin. They're like they're waiting for the Cinderella to turn into a pumpkin, right? And it's like, "Whoa, okay." But I feel like it's just like I said, you're so different and unique, um, which, I feel like that's a lot of what they're working through is because sometimes we'll have, like, a need to be needed that makes us feel secure, but then that's they're used to codependent relationships where they feel like they have to give and give and give, and then they're exhausted and resentful, and then if things fall apart. But you're like, "No," and they're like, "But I need to give to you," and you're like, "Well, you can. I don't need it." And they're like, "What?" And so I just feel they're just so confused, and I love it. It's a great confusion. They're pleasantly confused. if that's how we can put it. So that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. Way to go. High five. Fist bump. So I like it. Too funny. So many blessings to you, my dear. Enjoy that. You are very welcome. And thank you so much. Uh-huh. Oh, thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Kay, for your donation. I did just receive that. And thank you, Shay. You can definitely do that. I'm sorry, Shelley, not Shay. Um, I was thinking Kay and Shelley at the same time. That's Shay. So thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know here. All right. So what is your husband feeling in your conversation emailing each other currently? Okay. Let's take a look here and see what does spirit wants you to know around your husband's feelings first. Okay. And then about your conversation with emailing each other. Okay. You're typing fast. You're right. So what's your husband's feelings and your conversation emailing each other currently? Yeah. Oh, emailing each other. So, the feel like their feelings in general, I feel like you want that too. And then what are their feelings around your conversation too? What's their kind of viewpoint of that? So let's take a look here and see what they're feeling first of all. All right. I like this, they're 6 of cups, they're being nostalgic, they're thinking of the great times and the good times. The 2 of pentacles, they're trying to balance and think about things. And the Fool card, so I feel like they're kind of going back and forth here with, they're thinking of all the great times, but there's also this feeling of ending of old cycles and new beginnings too, where they like it's like they're focusing on the great things, but they're also thinking of the things that they don't, that they wouldn't want, if that makes sense. It's like the Full card, it follows the world card, which is the ending of old cycles, the beginning of new cycles, and the Fool card is the zero, the first card in the major arcana, which represents like a child. Like, I don't want all the stuff that just sucks the life, all these expectations and the disappointments. I just want to have an adventure. And they're like, we and I feel like that's how you guys used to be, like, in the beginning when we don't have a lot of expectations, which human relationships are amazing, right? Like, you have no expectations, you meet someone and they're up here and you're like, "You're wonderful." And then, you start to date and expectations kick in and they're still wonderful, just not as wonderful, but they're still wonderful in comparison, right? And then you start dating steadily and you get engaged and you're like, well, that's still wonderful. We have all this history. They're still wonderful. And then you get married and all these expectations that we have about who someone is supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be. Like, why did they change? They're falling short now. And they're like, you, both of, and that happens in both sides of the relationship. It's like, why did people change? No one changed. Our expectations of them changed. But if we can, that's like when people get married and they invite me to the wedding or whatever. I always write in the card to them, always remember to keep your expectations as low as possible. Remember why you fell in love with each other. And I feel like that's kind of like they want to go back to that kind of feeling of, right, of just being appreciative of who each other are, gratitude for the things you love, not disappointment and sharing the disappointment in things that they aren't, right? It's like, who wants that? Blah, right? So that's kind of the energy I'm feeling first. And then these other 4 cards are about the sides of the conversation here. Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, I really like this because it's like there's a card, 2 cards, and then a card here. Sorry, let me just skip this ads thing. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Um, but there's this, so you've got a card here, 2 cards, and a card, and I feel like these are, like, both sides of where you guys are at, which there's the 8 of Wands, which is passion and, movement and attraction, and the Ace of Wands, which is, both are interest and passion and desire and wanting to put energy into it, which I like. And in the middle, I love this. We've got the 10 of Pentacles and the Sun. Beautiful abundance, beautiful fullness. These are two of the most successful, abundant cards, that are available. And so I feel like both of you want success. Both of you do want to. The 10 of Pentacles is like usually has two people together with the children and the dog and the old man and the castle and the money, all the coin. And we do want abundance. We do want fullness, and both of you want it. It's just, I think you both are trying to figure out how you can make it happen where both of you are happy. And, the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands are both, you know, energies. I just feel like one of you has a single purpose and another has like all this stuff. I like, but I want this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And someone's like, I just want this. And maybe this is them with, trying to simplify things and just wanting it that way. And it could be a difference of zodiac signs too. Kind of feel like it has to do with, someone being Virgo, Capricorn, air signy maybe, and then someone else being more of a fire sign, if that makes sense. Because and maybe I feel like because I feel like they might be the fiery one, where they're just like, I just want I just wanna go to the candy store, you know, type of thing. And that's alright, that's where the compromise comes in. It's like, "Alright, so that's the 1 wand you want, but I want 8. So can we look at it like maybe you can go for 3 wands for now with possibilities of adding more wands later?" But, I like you know this energy, and they're reminding me of it's got to be spirit because it comes out of nowhere into my head, but they are reminding me of my first relationship. He had just gotten out of the military, and I grew up with very much, if there's work, 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 and if there's time over, play, clean the house, do all this stuff like this, and then the other, um there's this they were in the military, and they were done with all of that. They just wanted to all play, and if there's time left over, then work. And I still remember being in the basement, and I was doing laundry, and they were like, um, you know, "Let's go to a movie," and I'm like, "We've got laundry, the floors are filthy, there's dishes in the sink, there's all this stuff," and, and they were like, "That's alright, you wanna do all these things, so do them if you need to have them done, but I clean toilets, I had to do all this stuff, and I'm just done doing all that for a while." And I'm just like, it dawned on me that I had this whole, like, not everyone wants to do all of the same stuff that I've been taught we're supposed to want, and it was really this eye opener of going, "You know what? I think, we like this." I'm just like, "Alright, I get it." So I go, I for me to go to a movie, I go, I at least wanna have laundry started, vacuuming done, at least have the dishes done. I go, "If you wanna help me with any of that, we can go earlier, or we can catch a later movie," and he goes, "Oh, I'll vacuum," and I'm like, "Okay, good. So I'll go do the dishes," you know? And there was this wonderful, you know, compromise that came in with that. So there, that's what we have. So that's what they wanted you to know too, which I like. So so forming your new question. So just I'll keep checking on there for you. Shelly, denying your password. What? How dare they? You're annoyed. Oh, well, that's all right, Shelly. I understand. It must be a reason, right? But I probably will get to your question here. I'm going to be on for about another hour. So I might be able to get to your question even without donation. So, or I have, yeah, I've paid. You can also use the super chat at the bottom, or Venmo, Cash App, and I have PayPal or Square. So any of those two, if you want to do that, you'll pay for Shelly. Oh, you're so sweet. All right, let's take a look here. So, does your husband want to stay married or get a divorce? Let's take a look here. By those cards, I feel like they truly want to work things out. But let's see here. So we got 1 2 2 1. I feel like with these cards, it feels like they're undecided. They're trying to work it out and find out, is it going to be possible, right? Because we've got, the strength card here, which is, we have the strength, for it. It like, do we have the strength to work it out and create this new opportunity? Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles is a new try, is a new, can we give it another try? Can we work it out? And on the other hand, it's like, it's gonna they almost feel like it's a lot of work, because Eight of Pentacles is doing the work and getting the reward. The Ten of Wands is harvest, but it's also a lot of burden to have the harvest. And the Seven of Cups is the emotional confusion, right? So it's, on one side, it's like they feel like we do have the ability. Can we make it work? The strength card. And on the other one, they're like, wow, but so that's why I feel like they, like when we were talking about those feelings before, they're thinking of the nostalgia and they're thinking of that, but they're thinking, but I don't want, it can't be what it was before. um I can't do that anymore. And so if it's like, well, if we can give it a try without all the expectations, with all of the, you know, feeling like we're caged, and we can enjoy and have adventure together without a lot of, rules, like I said, not caged, and they're like this freedom, then it's like, um, you know, that type of, um, like that could work, if we could go about this without, like they want the Ace of Wands, single of purpose, without all these other things, right? So, that's kind of what comes in there. Oh, so sorry, Shelly. Yeah, and Kay just made a donation for you if you want to post your question. Thank you so much, Kay. You're so sweet. Hey, Anna. Praying Mantis member. Seen any dragonflies today? I shared that a little earlier. I know you wouldn't mind, but because you had put it in the chat yesterday, just the confirmation, the validation of spirit. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. It's okay. If I think I finished, it's that freedom. So I don't feel like they would, yay, thank you. I feel like they they feel it's possible, but is it going to be a lot of work? And I feel like it has to do with how much, what is your list of demands, I feel, is like what's in their head, because that's, I feel where the Ten of Wands is. It's like, if there's this big long list of demands of, this is what I would need in order for this to work out, then it's like, ugh, I just don't know if I have the strength, right? That comes with the strength card. So, Sounds like you would prefer divorce, Kay. Well, I feel it's more, I don't I feel like they're going back and forth going, "Well, I don't want it to go back to what it was, so if we can look at how would we, redefine, what we're both wanting out of the marriage and how more, what kind of, uh like, if we could look at it as going on an adventure together instead of, then, you know, I feel like they're like, because I think of all the wonderful times and how wonderful it was and what made it feel like that, your relationship went into a cage, that if you can remove the cage, we can go back to, like, when we met, then, that's kind of thing that they're looking at. So I don't feel like it's, um I feel like they go back and forth, so I don't feel like sometimes it is more towards ending it because they don't think that they have the strength or that you would be open to going down to, like, 1 wand instead of, 8 or the other direction, and then they go, "But I can compromise and do a certain amount, but what if it's too much? What if it's going back and forth?" And I feel like that's where the communication is coming, so I feel like, they are more wanting freedom, not freedom like, "I wanna be able to go anywhere and do anything I want," but they just wanna go back to this more air to breathe with each other than whatever made them feel caged is what it comes down to. And it's up to you. I mean, you can say you like, I feel like you'll, you have such an influence over where you're gonna push them in whatever direction, right? If you want a divorce, you can say, "Well, I want this, this, and this, and this, and this. Bye," or you can be like, "Well, I see where you're coming from, and let's talk about how we can go back to, you know, this love that we had." So I feel like, there's this energy, there. So hopefully that helps. I know it doesn't give you an exact answer, but I feel like that's where they're at. I don't feel like they know, right now because they're going psh, 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 like a little. All right, so that's what they have for you, Kay. Hang in there, or shove them out. You're like, I'm actually done, and I'm ready for him to go. All right. So what do you want? That's what I feel like, comes in there. So that's what we have. All right. And thank you for donating for Shelly again. She is so sweet, isn't she? So, what are Colleen's feelings towards you? And will she take action soon? Hmm. She tells you she is, but let's take a look and see if we can bust her out. So, what are Colleen's feelings towards you? Zoom. And will she take action soon? All right. All right. um, yeah. So I see yeah, and I can see why here. So it's interesting here that her perception or feelings towards you is high priestess and empress. It's like, dang, Shelly, you exude this power for sure. So I almost feel like in their eyes, and this isn't necessarily how you put yourself out there, but this is how they perceive you. I feel like with these cards, they have a very, um, difficult time with self-love. And so when they see you, they're like, dang, you have this mother nature, mother nurture power, sensuality, this great, energy here of this power. And the high priestess here is like, wow, someone who connects to spirit, goes beyond, dives into the unknown, knows things, perceives things, very empathic, very, picks up people's emotions and knows, knowledge and stuff. So I definitely feel here, it's like, whoa, so there's a difference between people being intimidated and people being intimidating. And you're not intimidating, people are intimidated. And so they're kind of like, whoa, okay, you're um way more than I can, framed. Right? Um, but this is where I feel like they won't reach out, and this is how they feel because Three of Swords, they are very much afraid of being a disappointment and being disappointed and being rejected, and they've got a lot of these fears. That's why they're happily single, because if you're happily single, you don't disappoint people. That's in their head. They're like, "Oh, no, I will, not, um, get hurt if I don't get in a relationship." Wrong. The heart still does what it wants to do, whether it's whatever, right? And the Six of Pentacles tells me to hear that they have this tendency towards codependent relationships, and deep in their subconscious, there's this, um, out of balance. When they were younger, like most of us, they had to overgive to some people that were important in their lives, like 7 years old and younger. Like, they had to do so much to get so little. They have a lot of abandonment, um, issues, but also this, I have to give so much to deserve so little, right? And so there's this I can never ever deserve you kind of energy that comes in there. And the Four of Pentacles here, this is the journey of, looking in the outside world for our wholeness and our completeness. And when we define ourselves by the outside world, the three areas that we're taught to define ourselves, we feel very unstable because those things are unstable: relationships, situations, and things. We're taught these things are what fulfill you and to define yourself by. Well, people change, people walk away, people pass away. Relationships are unstable. Situations never stay the same, job, education, whatever. And things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So this journey that they're on very much is they're experiencing this, um we'll see. No commitment. Hey. So there's this, you're so funny, but there's this, energy out here. So, um, well, I mean, I feel like, um, you could, yeah, right. You could lure them in to your wings here with your nurturing. Um, uh, I just feel like they're very intimidated, by you. Not that you're intimidating. I'm going to rephrase that. I mean, I'm going to clarify that because it's how they feel about themselves, that they're just like, wow, so that's funny. It's just like, yay, bingo, yay. You can lure in with codependency if you'd like. You're so funny, Shelly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because the Queen of Pentacles came flying out when I was just, saying, "What about will she at least leave with me?" It's like, well, the nurturing piece, this Queen of Pentacles is like the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So, there'd be this nurturing, uh, is attractive to them, but don't expect commitment from them for sure. They've got a lot of inner work, to process and change, first. So that's what's coming in. That is what is coming in for you. Righty. So that's what they have for you, Shelly. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And okay, I did get your additional donation. So I will be to you next, but I did get one from Love 1234. So thank you so much, Love. Yeah, and let's see what we got here. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So let's take a look here. Number one. Patew! What does Yoshi want to say? And then number two. Oh, wow. All right. And then number three. All right. So number one. Well, I like this. So we've got the passion, the magician, the initiation, wanting to create new opportunities with you as well here. Um, Shelly, you're so funny. So we got this, this passion, this movement, this activation, this forward movement, and that they want to. Um, that's what they want to say is that they do want to, create new opportunities and more opportunities. That's what they'd like to say. I just this clock is standing out to me. I just feel like they're feeling it's time, but they don't have any time. Is almost how they feel. It's like I want this, but I don't know if we have that. You know. So that's what's coming in there for that. Question number 1. You are very welcome, Shelley. And then number 2. Oh, okay. I feel like here with the Wheel of Fortune, that would be that there's definitely possibilities here that your human is going to be fine with the outcome and feel it's fortunate, the tune of for you. And the Emperor, I mean, it got two major arcana here. The Emperor is you standing up and deciding, and the Aries is the new beginnings, and you are the one that's like putting this forward, right? Because the Emperor steps into their power, going, "This is what I want." And I feel like there's this energy of um, with all of this of going, you know what? I'm going to focus in on what I truly want, but I just that's what this emperor is showing me because there's a lot of blah 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 blah. So you have a lot of ideas flowing around in your head, and you're like, which one's going to land? And it's like you you have to step forward like this emperor and go, this is what I want, boom, and put your energy into what you want instead of and I don't, it's like allowing whatever is going to fall. It's like, no, what do you want? It's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to do this, right? So I like it. So I feel like heavy possibility with all of that, but I feel like it's important for you to step forward here. Yeah, because it's like if not, um, will it be blah blah blah? We've got fives and fives, change of emotions, change of energy. You've got these obstacles that are here. The fives are the change, the change, the change, the change, the change, right? Change of your emotional, and you can almost look at it like the 3 of Cups is the precursor, because that's the disappointing lower vibrational that introduces you to the power of emotional choice. The 5 of Wands, we could even look at it as a mirror of this with our energy, where we're putting forward. The 3 of Wands is usually a change of direction, which leads us to the 2 of Wands. What am I focusing on? What am I growing? Right. So I feel like it's time to really put your boots in the game, right? Of what do I want? And I'm going to go for it, and I'm not going to take no for an answer because this is what I want. The emperor standing up going, all right, advisors, there's all this pulling in all these directions, and it's like, all right, enough, everyone, clear the throne room. I'm deciding, I'm going, and I'm doing it, instead of being afraid to step out and upsetting advisors or the empire. It's like, I'm the emperor, I am in charge for a reason. I am deciding and moving forward. So I like this for you. Very powerful, and I like it. So that's what's coming in for you. I'm excited for you because I feel like it's just choosing your path, right? It's just choosing you, and I like it. Yeah, powerful. Boom. All right. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation there. And then Kay, if you want to pop your question down, I will go to that one next. Let me just scroll up here and see for the free readings. We were at Lydia. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we've got a few more here. All right. So, Kay, is your husband still dealing with a third party? Ooh, okay. And does he want to be more with the third party? You're weighing out all the pros and cons because you can truly give him another chance if he ready to actually regret. Ah, I get it. Okay. Okay, I get you. So let's take a look here and see. Tell us about the third party here and their interest, your husband's interest in them here. I had a feeling, but let's take a look here. All right. Sorry, I'm getting nosy and digging deeper. It's what I do. I have a big nose for a reason. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting because yeah. We got the Knight of Cups, which is what I'm seeing here with this, with the Knight of Cups and the Magician and the Page of Swords. With this, what really attracted to them to this situation is the movement of new emotion, the freedom, and the clearing away of not having a lot of expectations and everything. But the Eight of Pentacles coming in here is it's becoming work there too. And that's the whole thing, is that um, the beginnings are always wonderful, right? It's like the new beginnings of a new, because there's not a whole lot of the, again, we were talking about when there's no expectations, like, look how wonderful each other are, the new person, right? But then they're like, oh God, I could feel the cage closing in on me again. And that's why I feel like with this Eight of Pentacles, they're they're like, ah, it's becoming work now again, right? Right? And then they realize, "Oh, it's always gonna be like this, isn't it?" Yeah, because there's always a common denominator in a relationship. "Oh, me." You know? Um, I feel like with this, coming in here, we've got this, tower, which is, spirit what's your spirit guides kinda saying, "If you want advice," which we're like, "Yeah, we do." People are moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose, here. And, the Nine of Swords is facing our own fears, right? Our own restrictions are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. That we can look at this and go, what are our fears? What did I learn through all of this? And what can I let go of and where can I move forward, right? So, I see this here with this Page of Cups being a new love, Here's the Pisces fish. Let me just leap out of here. So I feel like with this energy coming in here, you know, I feel like what you want, and I feel like um you're ready to, move towards divorce and let this go. Because I feel like you've learned a lot, and you're learning a lot, and you're reflecting on it a lot. Yeah, but you want a marriage where you don't have these fears constantly of, what if I do the wrong thing? What if I don't? What if I be have too many expectations, and what, it's like, you know, it would just be a matter, when I'm seeing all this with their how they're feeling towards this other relationship, is if they came back to you, it's like, well, I was headed into the same type of relationship I had with you. I might as well be with you for now. And that's that for now that I'm like, I don't like this for you. Because that's what this tower is saying. Trust that people are moved out of your life on purpose, for you to make space for you, to move forward in a path that's more in alignment with you. Like you said, not a one-sided, relationship. And that's what you learn through this is, what you want to do here, So there's this, realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets make you feel like you're in a prison, and then you can't control him, can't control his thoughts and beliefs, but you can control yours. I feel like not necessarily that he wants that third party, because I feel like it's becoming work again, um for him. He's like, they want all these expectations too. Um, and I feel like it will always be, like, um, it's reminding me of it when they're unhappy on the inside. They think, okay, people, if you don't make me happy, this person will make me happy. But then that person's not making them happy. They're starting to, the newness of it's wearing off, and they're starting to feel unhappy there. And then it's like, well, maybe this one will. Well, maybe this one will. Maybe this one will. And eventually it'll click and they'll be like, oh, I'm the common denominator. I'm unhappy. No one can make me happy. And he's not happy on the inside. And so you can't make him happy. You can only work on yourself as a mirror for you, right? Yeah. So I just feel like it's what it's going to be, coming down to here is, you know, if he works at it and he comes back, it's got to be free of a lot of expectations. And it's like, no, you're like, "No, it's okay. You can go on." And I feel like that's what Spirit is kinda saying there with the tower. You ultimately get to choose, because there's no supposed to or should, but Spirit's just showing you the different avenues that comes with that there. So I don't feel like they're kind of leaning towards the relationship that they're, that third party now, but it's because there's little extra freedom left there, but it's slowly shrinking, where that relationship's becoming what you guys had, right? The beginnings heading towards the imprisonment. And then if they come back, it's just for a little bit till they find what they think will make them happy. Because when they're unhappy on the inside, they're not going to be happy with your relationship because they're unhappy. All right. So that's what they have there. I'm only going to be on for about 25 more minutes. So I think that's it for the donations I have right now. You are very welcome. Thank you for all your donations. I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to scroll up here. And so, Lydia, you were up next. You'd like to know what's coming towards you and things that you should know. All right, let's take a look here. And since I've got 25 minutes left and I've got a few to do, I'm going to kind of go into a lightning round ish, where I'm going to pull just like one card answers, just to try to get through uh, some free readings here. And I feel like what's coming towards you. Yay, Three of Swords. Disappointment. But I feel like this is more transformation in here, because I feel like what is coming towards you and what you should know, or you could know, of course, there's no shoulds, but there's this awareness of that, um, when we're looking for the outside world to fill us and complete us, that's where that disappointment comes in, because we're told these things are supposed to fill us up, but they don't. And so I feel like what's coming towards you are these opportunities to reinforce this awareness because I feel like you're aware of that. Like, you know what? That world is temporary. It can't bring me what I need to find on the inside. But I feel like there's this reinforcement coming in of going, oh, okay, yeah, I see how I began to depend on them for my definition, but they don't define me, and I feel like there's these little drops of disappointments. I don't feel like they're, like, huge things, but there's enough of them that it's just like, "Okay, thank you for the reminder. Thank you for the reminder," and there's this reinforcement of this, um, you know, awareness that's coming in, and so it's important for you to know that the outside world is unstable and when we depend upon it we feel unstable until we get our like our sea legs back, which is our stability inward and upward to that eternal unconditional love. And I feel like that's an important piece to know with the stuff that's headed your way. It's not, like I said, huge, like, oh my gosh, all this like the floor drops out. It's just more of a like a little, it's not like when you're flying and you drop 100 feet in a plane and you're like, "Oh my gosh." It's more of like just a little whoop, a bump, little bumps, just as a reminder of where your stability lies, which is inward and upward. So that's what they got for you, Lydia. So many blessings to you there. And then Benita Bala, hello, hello. So what does Daniel say to his friends about you? All right, so let's take a look here. Well, they've got the Ace of Pentacles here, which there is this new, I feel like a lot of what they say is about building up their own self-worth. Because the Ace of Pentacles is like this energy of, I'm looking at my worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. It's a new opportunity for me to show who I am and like get some external validation. So I feel like to his close friends, they kind of shared the great things about you to show like, look what I'm worthy of in a way. So it just feels like, I feel like it's good stuff. Um, I don't feel like it's, anything derogatory, anything to make them, little embellishing of like, this is what how I make her feel, type of stuff. It kind of just feels like that kind of energy, but it's more, I feel like it's boasting with this Ace of Pentacles, which is what people do when they feel low about themselves. They will boast to try to make themselves feel where they feel their friends are at, but no one believes it. They don't believe it, and their friends don't believe it. They're just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's what do they all do? I just feel like they all cha 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 cha, a bunch of little gossipers. But it's their buddies, it's their friends. It's like this little clique of like two or three of them. But nothing derogatory, nothing mean, nothing like that I'm picking up. So that's what they have for you, Benita. So there we go. And what other people, say or believe, it's none of our business anyway, right? Because it has to do with how they perceive the world. We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So when a monkey looks in a mirror, it sees a monkey. And so if they're like, hey, did you see them? They're a monkey. It's it's like, well, you're saying a lot about yourself, buddy, but that's what's coming in. So there you go, Benita. Many blessings to you. All right. All right. So JJJ, so between um O and I, which one is that required specific? Which one is that required specific fee? All right. So we'll take a look here and see. Let's see. We'll just pull a card for O and a card for I, and we'll see what the energies are here. Oh my gosh. You got the two of swords, the two of cups. So O is all about the mind, and I is all about the emotion. It's still equal. It's like, which one is required? It's like, well, here's a V, right? But they're both kind of a V because it's the power of choice coming in here. So it feels like neither is neither's required, but both are required. It could be either or. There's not one that's absolute, if that makes sense. So I love that. What are the possibilities of pulling two cards and they're both, twos? But that's what's coming in for you, JJJ. All right. You're welcome, Lydia. All right. And then K Cat, hello. Thank you for being a new subscriber and thanks for clicking that like button. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you and whoever else has clicked that like button. You're part of the Love Tsunami. So you want to know, did Christopher recognize who you were when you were at the same restaurant yesterday? All right. Let's take a look here and see if they picked you up here. With the strength card here, this is like their human self and their higher self. I feel like they didn't recognize. It feels like more, in this case, the message is self-absorption. So I feel like they were so involved that they weren't aware of things going on in the outside world. I feel like whatever was they were doing, they were so focused that they didn't I don't think they recognized you because they were just not paying attention, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in there. All right. And so we did those. We did those. I'm just scrolling down here. Okay, we did those. All right. So Sudeshni, you're up next. Anything on who's coming towards you in relationship? All right. Let's see what we got here. We got the Four of Swords. I like this. This is someone that has peace of mind, calmness, collectiveness, very zen. We like zen, bruddaZEN, but it feels someone who's very peaceful. They're not someone who flies off the handle. They have a very um, calm head on their shoulders. So I like that. It's someone who's very not mellow, but peaceful. And there's a difference, right? They understand things. They don't get agitated. Just very calm to where someone could be like, well, I don't agree with you, blah, 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 blah. All right, great. Well, tell me more about that. They wouldn't be like, well, you're wrong and blah, blah, blah. They don't have a lot of fears around what people think. They're just very calm, and I like that. Very peaceful. So that's what they want. That's one piece of the puzzle there for you. So many blessings to you, Sadeshni. All right. Let's see what else we got here. We did those. We did those. So Melody, hello. I know, right? Sadeshni, you're like, thank God. I'm tired of these people that fly off the handle. All right. Probably an air sign, how they are, all about the head and calm thinking. So, Melody, what are Azam's energy towards you? Let's take a look here. Oh, this one right here. You are suspended. That's their energy towards you. It is suspended means slow movement, even though it's also suspended upside down. It's the card of transformation and change here. So their energy towards you is one of transformation. It's one where they're letting things go and it's evolving and changing from a caterpillar to a butterfly. So their energy towards you feels like it's altering and it's metamorphosing into something different here, which feels positive. It's not going in they're not a butterfly melting into a caterpillar. It's the vice versa. So it feels very positive here, coming through here. So it definitely feels it's in a beautiful, beautiful transformation. And that's what they have right now for you, Melody. I'm just doing one card readings for the balance of here because in about 14 minutes, I'm headed over to my Praying Mantis session for my Praying Mantis members. If you'd like to join us there, $7.99 a month. And you get access to all the free readings after these free reading sessions with my Praying Mantis members. And you also get to attend the Thursday night Q&A session where we're on for 2 hours talking about all things spirit and uh, pulling cards for past life readings, all sorts of fun stuff. And you get advanced notification and access to my Moon Monday, like you get the next week's early as well. So if you want to check that out, that's what's going on here. I'm just reading down the list here to see which ones I've done, which ones I haven't. So we did that one. We did that one. We did those. We did those. You guys are so funny. Okay, I think we're almost down toward the bottom here. So we did those, we did those, we did that. All right, Mars, Mars. I see you there. Let's see where we're at. All right. Yeah, I think we're almost to the bottom here. All right, so Mars, Mars. You want more on H as a person. So I did get to that question earlier too. If you didn't look at I think it was the second. I remember answering that question on the earlier. So if I didn't get to you in the first morning session, I went on later and completed those. So if you want more information on H, you can do that too. Yeah. So does he know about you? Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look here. 9 of Wands. I feel like they don't recognize it yet. Because the 9 of Wands is like there's this barrier, this energetic barrier that's keeping you guys separate for right now because there's things that you both need to work on first before there's this, closer draw in for each other here. So, I feel like there's this block in between. So I feel like you have found them first and there's this shield that's shielding you from them, um, you from them, the awareness of you from them. Like they didn't pick up on your energy. You picked up on theirs and like, whoa, who the heck is this? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. But I feel like they're kind of like still because they're wanting you to kind of process this first. And then boom, things happen. Um, yeah. And so I'm just wondering here. Is there anything on timing or what this is about? Yeah, we have the Emperor here. So I feel like there's this importance of you with this Emperor card before this new beginning happens, that it's you stepping into your power um even more. I know you. Uh-oh. You gonna take over the world or what? But there is this energy here of you connecting more to what is it that I want? It's almost like a little bit more time of you stepping into your power of who you really are and independent of yourself as you as an emperor and a ruler before you're able to open up to that. Because I feel like there's this, and maybe a past life reading if you ever want to do one. I do offer those as part of my personal readings. But I feel like there's a repetitive pattern that is being avoided of and I don't think it's submissiveness, in the nature of the word, but I feel like they tend to overpower, and it's important that you be and then it's this, different type of experience then before it's they tend to overshadow, overpower, and it's like, okay, I'll let you shine. I'll dim my light for you. I feel like there's a tendency in the past lives that you dimmed your light for them because of your love for them, and you wanted them, to be able to shine is what I feel coming through there. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming in right now for you, Mars, Mars. So how exciting! All right, we did that. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anyone, and we got all those. That one. Yep. No, I think that is it. All right. So I am going to be heading off and closing out this session. I will be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then I won't return until Friday morning for the public free readings. I will be back Thursday night for my Praying Mantis members. But if you want more information, of course, I have Moon Day Mondays where we talk about all the energies of the coming week, especially the moon as it goes every 2 to 3 days into a different, sign in our moon, of course, impacts our emotions. So sometimes we feel all over the place. So it's nice to have a forecast of what's coming. And I also talk about some other planetary energies. Then on Tuesdays, we have Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, where I have a video of usually it's 10 minutes or less. The one I just recorded went a little longer, but you'll understand why when that comes out. But this is about 10 minutes or less about how to connect to spirit, the higher realms, information about the spirit world, our higher selves, and where I answer questions from my subscribers. So you can check those out. And then each week I have What's Up Wednesdays, where we ask spirit questions through Pick a Card. And this one was about the Virgo new moon and what, because Virgo is about our routine, our daily routine type of thing, is what spirit wants us to know about, what we can change or transform. That's where all this came from. This change of venue here. Actually, it's just we switched it, but I reorganized and cleaned and sorted. It's beautiful energy. And if you don't know, each month I do have giveaways, and this video playlist talks about, if you look at the most recent video, it'll tell you the 3 ways that you could get into 3 different drawings for the end of the month. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. And if you are interested in a pre-recorded personal reading, or a hedge of peace and love, or a wish upon a star astro reading, I am going to have half off all of those for the remainder of the year because I love you guys and I want to give back. So if you're interested, all that information is in the description box of the video down below. So be sure to check that out. And thank you guys again so much for all your thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. It's something you can do for absolutely free. And it does help the YouTube algorithm get excited about our channel. And it helps spread the Zen love to the world. So thank you so much for being part of the Love Tsunami. All right. And that is going to be it for this evening. So thank you guys again so much for all the love, support, the donations, your senses of humor, your huge hearts, and your thirst for spirit. I'm blown away, and it really allows me to enjoy all of this so much more as well. So thank you for that. And please know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you're at in the world. Much love to you. We'll see you soon and hang in there.